People have different views about cannabis, ranging from its recreational use to its recognized therapeutic benefits. In a candid conversation between neuroscientist Andrew Huberman and podcast host Joe Rogan, the focus shifts towards an interesting question. How does cannabis affect disciplined individuals? This exploration unfolds as a nuanced journey, delving into the therapeutic potential, individual variability, and real-world experiences of disciplined individuals who incorporate cannabis into their lives.
Understanding cannabis and its therapeutic potential.
Andrew Huberman, a neuroscientist with a keen interest in the intersection of neuroscience and human behavior, initiates the discussion by shedding light on his conversation with trauma therapist Paul Conti. Conti, an MD renowned for his work on trauma and authorship of a groundbreaking book on the subject, offers a unique viewpoint on the therapeutic potential of cannabis. While acknowledging that he himself is not a cannabis user, Huberman introduces the idea that cannabis might have therapeutic potential as suggested by Conti.
Asked about alcohol, just by way of comparison, he said there are basically zero therapeutic uses for alcohol, right? Therapeutic.
Right.
But then I asked about cannabis. Now, this isn't something he does in his own clinic. He does talk therapy, not drug therapy. Although he's a psychiatrist, so he can prescribe things. And he said, cannabis is interesting, and it may actually have some therapeutic.
Conti suggests that unlike alcohol, which has minimal therapeutic uses, cannabis might possess some intriguing benefits. One notable effect, according to Conti, is the ability of cannabis to narrow attention and focus. This insight prompts a consideration of the potential applications of cannabis in therapeutic contexts.
Narrowing attention and focus.
Now, the problem is it's not a very good filter, so people can narrowly attend to just video games or just...
Huberman expands on Conti's observations, highlighting the dual nature of cannabis-induced focus. While cannabis can enhance attention and focus, acting as a cognitive tool, its downsides lies in being an imperfect filter. Individuals consuming cannabis may find themselves intensely focused on various stimuli, ranging from video games to existing anxiety. This raises an essential point. The impact of cannabis on disciplined individuals may be contingent on what they choose to focus on. For those with an inclination towards discipline, cannabis might offer a channel to sharpen their focus on productive tasks. However, the challenge arises when individuals direct their heightened focus toward less constructive or anxiety-inducing stimuli.
Cannabis versus psilocybin.
But when it comes to psilocybin seems to increase creative thinking, new rules and algorithms about what could be.
Psilocybin, a psychoactive compound found in certain mushrooms, is discussed in the conversation as having a distinct impact on creative thinking. Andrew Huberman notes that psilocybin stimulates creative cognition, facilitating the generation of new ideas and novel perspectives. Unlike cannabis, which narrows attention, psilocybin is suggested to broaden cognitive pathways, leading to the formulation of innovative solutions and unconventional insights. The reference to visual perception suggests a potential influence on cognitive flexibility, allowing individuals to perceive and conceptualize ideas innovatively. This point in the discussion highlights the diverse spectrum of effects associated with different substances and underscores psilocybin's potential role in unlocking creative insights and promoting unconventional thinking.
Individual variability in cannabis responses.
From his extensive experience and observations, Joe Rogan contributes a crucial viewpoint on individual variability in response to cannabis. He underscores the importance of considering factors like genetics, biology, and personal history when evaluating how cannabis affects a person.
I know people that smoke marijuana and they're high functioning. And I know people that smoke marijuana and they don't get anything done. And I don't know if they're related. Those two.
Rogan draws attention to the paradox of cannabis use, citing examples of high-functioning individuals who find it beneficial and others who struggle to accomplish tasks under its influence. This individual variability becomes a central theme in understanding the complex relationship between cannabis and discipline.
Cannabis is a break for driven individuals.
I think people who generally have drive and discipline, marijuana gives them a break.
Rogan introduces a compelling perspective by suggesting that cannabis can serve as a temporary respite for highly disciplined individuals. In a world dominated by constant productivity, the idea of cannabis providing a momentary pause gains significance. Rogan proposes that this break offers relaxation and nurtures qualities such as kindness, compassion, and sensitivity. This viewpoint adds depth to the conversation, framing cannabis as a tool that for specific individuals facilitates stepping back from the demands of discipline. It becomes a mental intermission, allowing for a broader perspective before re-engaging with the rigors of a disciplined lifestyle.
Cannabis in the context of jiu-jitsu.
Rogan leads the discussion towards the realm of sports, particularly jiu-jitsu, where cannabis use is notably prevalent. Drawing parallels between the spontaneous nature of jiu-jitsu and the creative effects of cannabis, Rogan suggests a potential synergy. The heightened focus induced by cannabis, he asserts, aligns seamlessly with the intense mental engagement required in jiu-jitsu sessions. Exploring cannabis in a specific context, sports, adds a layer of nuance to the conversation. It prompts conversation of how the effects of cannabis might harness not only for mental well-being, but also for enhancing performance in activities that demand a blend of strategic thinking and physical execution.
Cannabis and physical performance.
Rogan's personal experiences with cannabis and physical activities, particularly weightlifting, offer a first-hand account of its impact on physical awareness. He describes a heightened sense of bodily awareness, improved mind-muscle connection, and a more profound understanding of the body's mechanics. In the context of weightlifting, Rogan's observations suggest that cannabis can make individuals more attuned to the complexities of their movements. This altered state induced by cannabis, according to Rogan, allows him to feel the connection of muscles to bones and be more aware of each muscle fiber. This heightened sensitivity, he argues, translates into a more effective and mindful workout.
Neuroscience of interoception and cannabis.
The discussion between Andrew Huberman and Joe Rogan delves into the fascinating intersection of interoception, cannabis use, and its potential impact on the effectiveness of workouts. Huberman introduces the concept of interoception, which refers to an individual's awareness of their internal states. This inner awareness becomes a crucial focal point in understanding how cannabis might influence the mind-muscle connection, and subsequently the outcomes of physical training. Drawing parallels between cannabis use and increased interoception, Huberman suggests that marijuana could amplify the mind-muscle connection. This heightened awareness of internal sensations may, in turn, make workouts more effective. The concept stems from recognizing that heightened awareness of the body's internal state can improve the precision of engagement in physical exercises. This notion prompts thought-provoking inquiries regarding the potential disadvantages of incorporating cannabis into the domain of physical fitness. Could cannabis serve as a catalyst for individuals to deepen their connection with their bodies during exercise? The discussion indicates the possibility that altered states of consciousness induced by cannabis may lead to a more profound engagement with the sensations of muscle contractions, joint movements, and overall physical exertion.
The mind-muscle connection and cannabis.
Is that from peer-reviewed studies that if people focus on the contraction of a muscle during resistance training as opposed to moving the weight, right, something that's hard to measure if they're actually doing it, the strength and hypertrophy gains are much greater. I think it's like a 15%.
As the conversation unfolds, the speculation extends to the practical implications for those who engage in resistance training. Huberman refers to peer-reviewed studies suggesting that when individuals focus on the contraction of a muscle during resistance training as opposed to simply moving the weight, there are notable increases in strength and hypertrophy gains. This aligns with the idea that a heightened mind-muscle connection facilitated by cannabis-induced interoception could contribute to more significant benefits in terms of strength and muscle development. The discussion also touches upon the environment where workouts happen, particularly in gyms with mirrors. Rogan raises the question of whether watching oneself in the mirror during exercise might compromise the internal feelings and interoceptive awareness required for effective workouts. Cannabis, with its potential to enhance interoception, could encourage a more mindful approach to exercise, moving beyond external aesthetics.
The broader implications.
As the conversation unfolds, the potential implication of cannabis on discipline, focus, and physical awareness becomes increasingly nuanced. The interplay between the external environment, exteroception, and internal bodily awareness, interoception, emerges as a critical theme. The use of cannabis, it seems, might tip the balance towards a heightened focus on internal sensations, potentially influencing the effectiveness of various activities, from workouts to martial arts. This nuanced exploration prompts consideration of the broader implications of cannabis use in disciplined individuals. Beyond its recreational purposes, cannabis emerges as a multifaceted substance with the potential to influence cognitive processes, creativity, and physical performance. In the quest to unravel how cannabis affects disciplined individuals, the conversation between Andrew Huberman and Joe Rogan provides a comprehensive and multifaceted perspective. It goes beyond a mere examination of cannabis as a recreational or therapeutic substance. It delves into how it interacts with disciplined focus and various aspects of human experience. The dialogue captures the essence of individual variability in cannabis responses, acknowledging that its effects are contingent on genetics, biology, and personal history, from offering a mental break for disciplined individuals to potentially enhancing physical performance in activities like jiu-jitsu and weightlifting. Cannabis emerges as a substance with diverse applications. As societal attitudes towards cannabis evolve and scientific understanding deepens, conversations between Huberman and Rogan contribute to a nuanced discourse. By exploring the intersection of cannabis, discipline, and focus, the discussion beats simplistic narratives and invites thoughtful consideration of the dynamic relationship between the human mind, body, and this ancient plant. Thank you for watching this video. Share your thoughts on how cannabis has impacted your discipline, focus, or physical activities in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button if you found the discussion intriguing and share it with friends who might also find the topic fascinating. For more thought-provoking content and diverse conversations, subscribe to the channel to stay updated on future discussions.